Hello students, welcome to today's lesson on science. What is science? The word science comes from Latin word scientia, which means knowledge. So, science is a unique system of acquiring knowledge or information based on scientific method. Science is a broad career field with many specialties and areas of study. These specialties and areas of study under science can be mathematics and logics, physical science, biological science or life science, and social science. But in this lesson, we are going to have an overview about experimental science and applied science. Experimental science is a science that depends very heavily on experimentation to obtain new information or knowledge. The same is true here applied science. This applied science is also, it relies on scientific research methods or principles to acquire new knowledge and information to meet certain human needs. In this case, science is an ongoing effort to find new information and principles that can increase human knowledge and understanding about the surrounding natural events or phenomena. So, scientists here are responsible to collect evidence that support and or disproves a particular suggested explanation of natural phenomena. This is what distinguishes science from religious theory. You see, science relies on empirical evidences to support natural events, but religious belief or religious theory relies on believing or accepting things or natural events without having evidence. Science simply gets performed by scientists. So what is scientist? Scientist is a person that investigates natural events to try to find out exactly why and how natural events get happen. To arrive at an answer, they need conclusive evidence that a certain factor causes the natural event to get happen. Very often, this kind of evidence can only be obtained by carrying out experiments. What is the scientific method? First, we need to define scientific method before we are going to have stepwise techniques to acquire new information or knowledge. Scientific method is the process of observing the environment, asking questions, and seeking answers through tests and experiments in which biologists and other scientists approach to their work. Since scientific method is a way that scientists or biologists approach to their work, it helped them to exactly find the solution for problems. For centuries, people observed their environment and based their explanation of what they saw going on around them on observation without testing their ideas to see if they were true or false. One ancient belief was that simple living organisms could come into being by spontaneous generation. This idea, as we know, suggested that non-living objects can give rise to living organisms. That means living organisms evolved out from non-living matter. For example, the ancient people believed that dirty shirts and cereals give rise mice. You see, they placed recipe for mice. They placed a dirty shirt or some rags in an open pot or barrel containing a few grains of wheat or some wheat bread. In 21 days, mice will appear and there will be adult males and females present and they will be capable of mating and reproducing more mice. When they obtained this number of populated mice in a pot or barrel. They believed that mice or rats evolved from dirty shirt or some rages. Another example, the muddy soil gave rise to frogs. Some people in Egypt believed that muddy soil gives rise to frogs. How did they say like this? Every year in the spring, the river Nile flooded areas of Egypt, leaving behind the mud containing many nutrients that enabled the people to grow that year's crop. However, along with the muddy soil, large numbers of frogs appeared that were not around in the drier time. From these events, the Egyptian people around Nile River believed that muddy soil gives rise to frogs. Another example, the ancient people believed that meat gives rise to flies. These people moved to butcher's shop and observed that the shop was always full of flies. So these people believed that meat had turned into flies. Because of this and other observations, many people, including quite eminent or renowned scientists of the day, produced recipes for creating life from non-living objects. It took the work of Louis Pasteur using the proper scientific method to finally disprove this myth or this idea as wrong. You see, in the ancient time, most people believed that living things comes from non-living things. But later on, the great scientist Louis Pasteur disproved this idea as wrong. He stated that living things comes from pre-existing living things.